Hello everyone, welcome to Songwriting episode 6. My name is Arlo. I'm so glad that you stopped by today. Today we're going to be listening to a song that I've been working on. We're going to try to get the drums and the bass mixed together today. I really want to get a good sounding rhythm section going that'll help inspire and push the guitar performances and the vocal performances that I'm going to be recording next. So stick around. Alright, so some of you may have heard this song on Sunday Jam, this past one that I just did. And if you're not familiar, Sunday Jam, I do a thing called Sunday Jam with Arlo. I upload it every Sunday. We talk about guitars, we talk about home recording stuff, guitar pedals, I love talking about that. Just any kind of gear that I'm using here to help make my demos. And we do some viewer comments, just talk about some fun stuff happening in my channel. So it's every Sunday, and if you hit the subscribe, the little bell, it'll let you know when the next one's coming up. So definitely check that out. So what did I do in here with drums and bass? I'm just trying to get those to mesh together. Just as a real driving kind of rock and roll song. I saw a guy comment from the last Sunday Jam video. He's like, "Oh, it's got a good Led Zeppelin vibe." And I was like, "Oh, that's good," because I'm a big Zeppelin fan. But in my head, when I was been writing this, I kind of have like Lenny Kravitz in my head, just the pumping upbeat stuff he does. So, and he gets a lot of his stuff from Zepp too, so I can see that. Trying to get that Cindy Blackman kind of drum and just, fiery in your face drumming. I love Cindy Blackman, so that's what we're going for with this drum mix. So what do I got? I'm using Easy Drummer 2, as some of you know. In this one, we've just got a kick, snare top and bottom, hi-hat, and an overhead. I sent all those down to a drum bus here. So I created a track. All those get pushed down to this. And so what are we doing in here? So what I did was grabbed Equal, the T-RackS equalizer. And I got this from Graham at Recording Revolution. He's got a good video. It's 10-minute mixing drums. And I tried it in here and it worked out pretty good. Definitely want to hear what you think, so make sure you leave comments on how all this stuff sounds, and I would like some opinions and feedback on all this, so leave some comments. So first off, with the Equal, we rolled off at 30 hertz. We rolled all that off, the inaudible stuff, to create some more headroom. And then at 300, I did a 3 dB cut there, which gets rid of kind of the honky boxiness of the drums in there. It's that kind of fake sounding part Graham was saying, and it definitely helped. And then I did a shelf here at 10K. I think he did his at 12 on there, but I went to 10 and boosted that 3 dB to give it some air, the drum some air on the top. So let's take a listen here, and we'll just turn the drum, turn the Equal off first. I got that, yeah. And then this is with it off. This is with it on. So I think it's pretty nice. It gives a little bit of air up top there. And that frequency we're cutting out here at 300, I'll give you a little listen to that. So just there's that honky, so we cut that out, and I think it worked really good. So this is a good starting point for us here, I think, with the overall just EQing the drums as a whole piece there. I added in another track that's another drum compression track, so they call it a parallel drum compression track. And I took all the kick drum, I took the 2 snares, just those 3. I sent them down to the parallel drum comp. And then you can control how much of this you're sending in to the mix. So if we pull it all the way out there, let's do that. And then I use Black 76 from T-RackS, which I love this. It's pretty cool. What I do, fast attack and a slow release. and then we did 12-to-1 as the ratio, and then the input we really pushed a good bit in there. And what this is doing is just taking the kick and snare and just kind of squashing it all down, and then we're gonna slowly add some of that in with the rest of the drums. It's just gonna create some more energy. So let's see how this sounds. We'll leave it on there. So you can see as soon as we started pushing up that fader, everything just come forward and was a lot more, it was more banging, you know, it was just a lot more fierce sounding. So, and you want to add some of that in, you don't want to go overboard, because all that's going to add up to your stereo out too. So you want to add in just enough to where it's bringing that energy level up and just giving you a little more push. So was sounding pretty good. I also had a black 76 on just the kick drum first. So that was the first thing I did. And with that, I just did a 4-to-1 ratio, similar attack and release. And I just pushed a little bit of that, you know, just a little bit of input there. And I just like to do that on the kick drum. So I squashed it a little bit there in the front end. And then once we got into the comp there, then we squashed it a lot, and just added a little bit of that to taste in there. So I think it came out, the drums are sounding pretty good. We can go back to, let's just turn both of these off, and we'll turn this off here, and we'll take a listen with everything off, and then I'll turn everything back on again and see what it sounds like. Everything off. Make sure you're wearing headphones so you can hear all this, folks. But yeah, so I think it just added a little more life to the drums, added some nice air on top of that shelf. So I think that's pretty good stuff there. So I'm happy so far with how the drums sound. So the bass, I'm using Amplitude 4 on this. So I'm using this SVX Pro, which I just got this for free. They were giving this away on one of the plugin sites. So I get the whole SVX stuff. I saw a lot of negative reviews on these, but it sounds pretty sweet to me. I've been using that with this cab. I may experiment with some of the Torpedo IRs I have for cabs. But this is sounding pretty good so far. So let's solo this out, and just see what the bass is sounding like. Let's get up to our bass starts here. So that's my bass sound. And then let's check out the thing I added to it, which I love doing, is this. It's the Waves Kramer Helios. It's the Helios strip. And I think what I did on this, yeah, so I added the 60 hertz. So this in here, I just did a bump at 60. And then at 700 here, I added in 2.5 dB. This is a pretty cool one. I use this on bass a lot. I'm going to mess with it on drums yet. I haven't done too much with drums, but it's good there. And then guitars, I like using on guitars too. This is pretty fun using it. So let's, we'll turn this off here. Okay, so we're on. All right. So this is the bass without the Helios again, and then I'll turn it on. All right, so now we'll turn on Helios. Let's see what it sounds like. We got to add our, here we go. Now we have the EQ on. Let's do it again. So there you can hear it's got a little bit more push in it out front, and at 60 adds in some more low end, which I think is fine with the drums. I don't think there's too much low end in the drums. At least I like a lot of low end there, but I think it was fine adding that little 60 kick. So let's listen to it again, and I'll turn off the EQ here. I'm sorry I missed that the first time, and then I'll crank the EQ on as we're playing it. Yeah, so just brightens up the pick attack up there, I think, a little bit, and adds a little bit more heaviness in the low end. So that's all I did with the bass to try to get everything kind of its own little place in there. Let's listen to it again, and I'm going to turn off all this stuff that I did, and then I'll slowly start adding it back on. And then we'll see how it sounds in the mix. So this is, everything is off. So I think it's good. I think things are pushing a little bit more. There's a little more energy with the drums and the bass there together, and I don't think they're running into each other too much. But definitely leave me some comments. I want to know what you guys think of the couple little moves that I made in there. And again, when I'm doing these demos, I'm not trying to make stuff that I'm going to really release on anything at this point, I don't think. It's more about just me getting something good together. So I got some musician buddies I want to get jamming with again. So this is more to give them an idea, just some of the songs I'm working on. The songs I'm making too, I'm trying to keep them pretty short, but I'm sure they're going to get, these 3-minute songs are going to turn into like 20-minute adventures, I'm sure, because I like to jam. So they'll definitely get longer as well. So that's it. Let's take another listen here. Let's just see how it sounds in the mix. And I'll turn everything off again. We did those 4 little moves there. Doesn't take a whole lot. And let's just turn off the solos there, so you can hear the whole song. And then we'll just start adding stuff in. And let's take it from the beginning here. Turn off this. All right, let's have a listen. We'll add in everything very slowly. So that's how the song's starting to come together there. I did re-record the guitars and redid the bass in there, so the little riffs are lining up better, which they weren't on Sunday Jam. But it seems like it's coming together now. So next, I'm going to work on the guitar leads. Like I said, I've been messing with some slide stuff in the breaks, and then I'm going to add the vocals in next, which I'm real excited to do that. I got some cool vocals that I think is going to work good with this. So that's all for now for Songwriting episode 6. I'd really like for you to subscribe and hit that bell so you can see other videos and see what's going to happen next with this song. And definitely for Sunday Jam, it's going to come up in a couple days here. So hope you all get to play some guitar today. Take care now.